I'm Will,
And I'm Chelsea,
and we are
the
the
Evans.
Evans.
Today we're giving you guys some couples content. Obviously, we are not licensed therapists and in no shape or form professionals, but we want to give you guys some content based on our experiences and our journey.
So, without further ado, let's get into the content of the day.
Let's do it.
Okay, so today we're talking about how do you know if a woman likes you in a relationship? I think this is something that men, really want to know because we like clueless when it comes to women a lot of the times. How do you know if a woman is really interested in you? You in a dating phase. You're trying to understand if this woman is really trying to like be with you. Should you continue to pursue? Should you spend more money? Should you take her on more dates? Should you entertain this woman further? But she's not giving you, or you're not sure what signals are the right signals to know if this woman is interested in you and if it's something to continue. As a woman, baby, tell us, what do you think are some signs that a woman is actually interested in you and not just going on a date with you because she needs something to eat tonight, or not just, she bored and she needs something to do? How do you know when a woman is truly interested in you and we should continue to pursue this woman?
Okay, that's a really good question, and I think that there's multiple signs that a woman is truly into you. Speaking on from being on both sides of the fence, I've been in with people that you're not so interested in and people that you're actually really wanting to pursue. I would say that some of the signs are, number one, she's asking to, like, when am I going to see you again? I
Mm,
think that's a big one. When am I going to see you again? Because as women, I know this personally, like, if I'm interested in you, I'm going to want to see you again.
mm,
And so it's like, you're not just always asking her out. You're not always hitting up her
mm,
phone. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, are you busy this weekend? Obviously, we're all adults. We all have schedules. We all have work. We all have things to work around. A lot of women have kids, so that's
mm,
understandable if you hit her up maybe once or twice and she's busy. But I think that a woman will make the effort to say, hey, I can't do this date, but let's try this date. So
okay.
if she's not just completely shutting you down
Mm,
when you ask, like, okay, well, when's the follow up? When's the next date?
yeah.
Type
So
thing.
you think just being a little bit more like passive about it and letting her be the aggressor, I guess, in for lack of a better word, in that situation where it's like she's hitting you up saying, when are we going to see each other again? And letting her do that. Because I do think men, we make that mistake. We go on a date with a woman, it's like, when's the second one? Because
Yeah.
we might like this woman and we really want her to like us, that we're a little overzealous and we go a little too far. So you think just letting her kind of say, do you think maybe they should go, I asked her on the first date, but let her, follow up with me first? Or do you, after the first date, should he still follow up? How do
Well,
you think?
I think that the man should be, obviously, as women, we want to be chased, so you do want him to be the aggressor, but
Okay.
not all women. Some women are a little aggressive as well, but for the most part, I do, because we want to know the man's interested as well. But I think I say more so, like, when you bring up seeing each other again, she
Mm.
should be more like compromising when it comes to time wise. If she can't do this
Oh.
week, oh no, if she's just completely shutting you down and saying, like, I can't do it. No,
Oh,
I'm
okay. So
busy.
not even in a date, and not even like a second date, third date type thing. Just I want to see you.
Yeah,
Is what you're saying.
yeah. If she's just like completely shutting it down, like, hey, you ask her, are you busy next weekend? And she's like, yes.
Like,
Instead of being like, well, I do have some plans next weekend, but we can try for the following weekend. Like, you know what I mean?
okay,
So I'm saying she'll more so be trying to, like,
compromise with you.
compromise with you schedule wise.
Okay, so that's one of the big signs that you see. Are there some? Do you think as a woman, like, there's some red flags that she's not interested in you, bro, and you should move on? Like, what are the like? Give me a couple red flags or a red flag, a major one that you feel like, okay, bro, if she does this to you, she's not interested at all. Let it go. Move on to the next person.
There's a couple things I would say. One is if she's only hitting you up when it's convenient. Like for her, for example, I'm hungry, so I'm gonna hit him up. Oh, hey, I'm at work. Can you send me food? Or
Oh, that's
if
a good one.
the dates are very like more about where it's gonna be at rather than, obviously we're women, we want to be taken somewhere nice.
Mm,
But if you realize that the dates are more like, okay, she just wants to get pictures here, or
mm,
it's not really an intimate thing. It's not really about what fits you guys as people to go out on this date. It's
yeah.
more beneficial to her to go to this certain place. So if she's hitting you up only when it's convenient for her, if she's hitting you up only when she needs something, she's hitting
that's
you up with a sob story, like my light bill is due and I'm just so stressed out. If
Yeah.
you're always getting one of those, because honestly, women don't want to drive a man away. So we're not going to necessarily in the dating phase come to
Do those
you
things.
and and be so needy, 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 needy. If anything, you want to show this man like, I'm a strong woman and I got this.
Yeah, I have some value here. So
I have some value. Yeah, you want to show him your value. So we don't typically come off as needy unless we're using you to
Yeah.
be as bad as it sounds, but like those are the red flags. If she's only hitting you up to be accommodating to her,
yeah.
then that's pretty much like a sign that she's not really into you. She's probably more into your pockets or what you can do for her.
Or even you might not even be in a position that you can actually do those things. She's just trying to see how much she can get out of you before she kick you to the curb. You have those situations too. So I agree with you. You do want to make sure that she's actually interested by letting her pursue a little bit sometimes too. Not just being so much of a hunter and so much of a predator, like I don't know, like better word, like
Yeah.
like I'm attacking this and I just want this and I want her, and so I'm willing to do anything to get her. Allow her to do some things too to pursue you that okay, she's just as interested. For us, we had a long distance relationship in the beginning of our relationship, and we will both have to spend money on flights. That's how I knew she was actually interested in me too, because she was putting her money up to come see me, just like I was putting my money up to come see her. And there's no greater sign than somebody willing to spend their money that they actually are interested in you. And
That's a good
I
point.
think that's a great point that you made as well. When you said job on memory, baby, you was talking about going on the dates, and you were saying how
If it's beneficial for the women,
Exactly.
if she's trying to go to, she want to go to like
pictures.
to the most extravagant place that's like super nice, and she will accept nothing less.
yes,
It's like, no, I really want to go here. Don't go all out for this woman, because that might be the one and only time you take her
Yeah.
to that place. Especially meaning on like a first date. If it's your third, fourth date, you guys are already getting to know each other, then
I agree
spend
with
a little
that
bit more
100%.
money.
Yeah.
But if a woman is really interested in you, she's not gonna be too picky on where you take her.
Right.
Of course, don't take her to Chili's, but you know what I mean.
Unless she likes Chili's.
Unless she likes Chili's, I guess maybe that's a bad like representation, or a bad example. But
don't be cheap for you. In
Yeah.
other words, don't be ridiculous for you, what you are, for you where you are in life. Like, you making $300,000 a year, but you taking her to Chili's. You don't eat Chili's on the regular.
Yeah.
Don't be over extra with trying to make sure that she's humble and make sure that she actually likes you first. But also don't go too far
on the first date.
On the first date or any date until you know that this woman actually is interested in you, and then you can go all out for a woman that's actually into you, if that's what you want to do.
Because dating could be expensive for a man, I would say. Because
yeah.
I mean, if you're not taking 3-4 women out to these 5-star restaurants 3 times a week, you know what I mean? But when I say that a woman you'll know she's interested in you because she won't be as picky, because I've seen women do a lot less for a man that they're really interested in. They will go to his house and kick it with him on the first date.
Yeah, no problem.
And watch a movie, no problem. They will go to, you want to come ride around in the car? I'll show you the city type thing.
Yeah.
And have no plans at all what they're even going to do. And
Yep.
she will get up, get dressed, and be there because she's interested in that man. So if the woman is too picky and she's like, I'm going here, or no, or you can't take me anywhere, it's kind of a sign that either she's not really fully interested in you, or you probably shouldn't spend too much money. She's probably dating more than one person, which is not a bad thing.
If
When
she's
you're
single,
dating,
she has that right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when you're dating, you have that right to date multiple people. That's what dating is. But I definitely think that that's a red flag.
Talk about I want to know this, and I think a lot of men will want to know this too. Some of the things in person, like you're in front of this woman, you're spending time with her at this point. What are some of the things as a woman you feel are like, these are the things that a woman's going to do if she's actually interested in you when you guys are actually spending the time together in that moment, physically in person with each other? What do you think are some of the things that she does when she's interested?
So I say this is a tricky question only because some women don't know any better, and some people don't have form or etiquette when it comes to like how to present yourself. So this can vary. So don't take this like as is, but I would say for women of value or who know how to present themselves, they're not going to be on their phone too much during the date unless it's an emergency. And if they do, they pretty much will explain Not,
Yeah.
oh, give me a second. This is important. I got to take this. Or because I know if I'm interested in a man, I don't want to be in my phone 24/7
He'll
the
have
whole
your
time on the
attention.
date. Yeah, I want to give him my full undivided attention and let him know that I'm here for him. He's paying for this date and he's paying for pretty much my time. So I'm gonna you know, give him his investment. I mean, you can take pictures of your food or stuff like
Yeah.
that. But another sign would be if she's just like, um, I don't know, completely just. We're talking about in person,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. In person, she's in front of you, and it's like, okay, she's not on her phone. I think that's a really good one too. Like, if she's on her phone, then if she's like this for 70% of the time, 80% of the time, she's in front of you, and it's no conversation, or the conversation is like dry, and she's like looking at her phone while she's talking, like, oh yeah, yeah, no, I think that's cool too. And she's doing that. There are women that don't know any better, especially in these times. But I do think that is a huge sign that she's not interested.
Yeah.
She's just here for wherever you guys are. You know, some other things that women may do if they're interested in you. I think just physical touch. Just a little bit. They may touch your wrist when they're talking. They might laugh and slap your wrist or laugh and
Yeah.
slap your shoulder.
Yeah, some
Women
type
do
of
things like
connection.
that. Yeah, they do things for connection. I think women are emotional creatures by design, by habit, not by habit, but by design. They can't help it. So, when they're into you, it's hard for a woman to not want to be physically intimate. I think they don't want to be overly touchy, but I do think a woman will like let you know that it's okay for you to touch her.
Yeah.
In a sense, right? Like
Yeah.
they may touch your wrist while they're talking. You're like, no, I think that's a great idea, or something like that. Or I'm not gonna say they're gonna rub your knee or like give you a massage or nothing like that. We're not gonna go that far, but
Yeah.
especially if you're in the dating process. But a woman will let you know it's okay for you guys to be close to each other.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, I do agree with that. And I think that when a woman's interested in you, again, she won't, be on her phone too much. She won't be taking like selfies and
Phone calls during the day.
yeah, and all this stuff. And I think a lot of it has to do also that you should be aware of, just as a red flag in general, would be the conversation. So, and this goes for, I believe, men or women, but if you're on a date with somebody and they are just bad mouthing their ex or
Oh, that's a good one.
previous relationships, or don't let them compare you to anybody else. Oh, well, my ex used to do this, or my ex used to do that. Whether it's a good comparison or a bad comparison.
On a comparison note, not to cut you off, baby, not even comparing you to a person, but comparing you to a scenario, right? So like, oh, I was on a date last week and with this, and I never would deal with this. I ain't never been on a date that I had to do this. I ain't never been on a date that I had to do that. I ain't never been nowhere that they ain't open my, like.
Yeah.
If they're comparing you to scenarios, that's just as bad as comparing you to a person. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's just as bad as comparing you to a person. So if you're on a date and this person is talking too much about their past relationships, past, like experiences and stuff, it's probably a indicator that they're not over somebody in their past, and that could be a red flag.
Right.
If she's not asking you questions to get to know you, I know when I'm interested in a man and he's somebody that I want to pursue, I'm definitely going to ask him questions to get to know him, not sit there and talk about myself the entire time, not talk about my past relationships.
Yeah.
Those conversations will happen, but not on the first date or not when you're getting to know somebody. So that's a big thing.
What about this? How do you feel about this? If a woman is being overly skeptical of you, how do you feel about that? Like if a woman is going, like, so where do you work? Oh, okay, you make good money? You sure? What kind of job is that?
Okay.
Like just overly analyzing. She's probably looking for an excuse, because I've seen this before, where a woman will look for, if she doesn't like you, she'll look for an excuse not to be with you.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she'll look for it's the way he eats, girl, or one of his ears is just way too big.
Right.
Like that I've been guilty of that, where I just was like, and that can again result to them not being over someone in the past. So now they're just trying to date to get their mind off of whoever, and they're just finding every excuse in the book on why. So don't always necessarily think that because a woman's not interested in you, it doesn't necessarily mean that there's anything wrong with you.
Right. Yeah.
So men don't feel discouraged. Don't feel that you're not doing anything right. It could be, sometimes internal issues that she has with herself and some emotions and some past traumas.
Right.
So those are just some red flags I think to look for. Is definitely being on your phone. Beware of being used. Beware of, only benefiting her and her schedule.
Yeah.
Beware of women who are, also I would say just beware of women who are too comfortable too fast. Because if
Oh,
you're
yeah.
too comfortable too fast, you're probably like that with everybody. If she's like on the first date, like, yeah, you can come to my house and her kids are there.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Or if she's, you know what I mean, stuff like that.
Doesn't mean she's interested in you. That's like a false positive.
Yeah, that means she's looking for a hole to fill, and
Yeah.
you might just be some dirt that she could.
Yeah, that's real.
So
She's trying to hurry up and get you attached to her. They call that love bombing, I think, right? But
no, love bombing is something completely different.
Is it different? Okay.
Yeah, love bombing is definitely a conversation to have. I think that's a whole nother conversation. But the love bombing is when somebody is just showering you with love, love, love. I'm talking about gifts, love, this and that, just to reel you in. And then once they get you attached, it's like,
yeah, a whole different person.
Whole different person.
So I think, those are some red flags and some things that you can watch out for, and some things to watch for on a positive note. On a positive side, some green flags, right? That you can pay attention to see if a woman is interested in you or if she's not interested in you. I think those are great ones, and I'm glad we have a woman's perspective, right? That we can get this inside information.
Absolutely. And if we missed anything, drop them down in the comments. Let us know any red flags that you've seen.
Yeah.
Or women, if you feel that there's anything that I missed that you are just not interested in a man, and you have something to that I missed. Drop it down below. Let me see that too. So,
yeah. All right. I like it. So until next time, guys, we'll see you guys on the next topic. And make sure you guys give us suggestions, give us comments, all that, and support the channel, subscribe, do all that good stuff.
Yes.
That helps us grow. See you guys next time.